What's up, ladies and gents, my name is Puddy and welcome back for another video. So, it's been a while since I've done just a post-commentary without a plan. This is something I used to do quite a while ago, and it's something where a lot of my inspiration for starting a YouTube channel came from, is post-commentary over gameplay about stuff that's going on. And the reason why I wanted to do this commentary is because I really haven't got my opinions out there in full about Let's Plays. I started to ramble on about it in a recent New Vegas episode that hasn't even gone out yet, but I never really got my entire opinion out there, and I think that's a shame, because I thoroughly believe in the Let's Play form of content, and I have lots of reasons for that. And I've heard attacked a little bit here and there on the offhand, especially recently with the Content ID stuff, and I just like to put my opinions out there on what it really means to do an LP, and something that I've grown a lot in terms of LPs over the last 3 years. I've grown a hell of a lot, and it's not just about the content getting better, it's also about my approach getting better, and that's why I believe I truly have grown a lot over the last 3 years when it comes to approaching LPs. Now, I'd like to get into the first point, the most important point really today, is that, you know, LPs don't take effort. You know, I think that's one of the things that the biggest criticism I've heard of it over the last year or two, where it's quantity over quality, and that's something that is pushed out there. That is a phrase that's used a lot, and it's a phrase I agreed with for a year or two, until I started to change my approach of it. Now, sure, there are still Let's Players out there who just focus on quantity over quality, do day one LPs, pushing out videos of a game where they're not actually showcasing the game, they're just talking over the game, they're probably playing it pretty badly, they're not showing everything, they're not even touching the surface of the game, and they're just pushing out, 100 parts in a couple of weeks to get views. And I'm not attacking those people, I'm not. You're smart people. You're very smart people, and you've made a lot of money, and I completely respect that. But that, to me, isn't where the strength of LP lies, because I believe, truly and honestly, that a quality and well-edited LP could be a genuine form of review. And I've believed this for a year and a half, since last summer, which is when I started changing the ethos of this channel. I believe LP to be a form of review, and I still to this day believe it is the longest form of review that we have for games. And I genuinely believe that. I don't think it's just... I do believe it's there for entertainment value, but I don't think it's just there for entertainment value. And one of the things that I believe an LP is there for, and I still believe this is the main ethos that I approach every LP that I've done over the last couple of LPs with, is I want to show as much of the game as I can. As much important to the game as I can. The little side bits and collectibles I don't personally show every bit of, because I don't believe that is essential to showcasing what's good about a game. What I think is essential to showcasing what's good about a game is all the interesting mechanics, interesting gameplay, interesting story elements. All of that is what I believe to be interesting to a game, and that is why I showcase in, I'll say, my last 2 LPs, because obviously those last 2 LPs have been quite long. In fact, they've both broken my longest ever LP record. Red Dead broke it at about part 49, I believe, and then Fallout New Vegas hasn't technically broken it on the upload schedule, but I do have up to part 54 uploaded, but just private right now, so they have both broken my longest LP record. But yeah, over the last couple of LPs I've approached it just trying my best to showcase the game, and I don't believe in just pushing out day one LPs, because I believe that doesn't showcase the game well enough. And the point of my LPs is to showcase my favorite games. That is what it's been for the last year and a half. Is I want to approach this as well edited as I can, to edit this to make sure it is interesting, it is not short form as possible, but it is the the interesting bits are there and the uninteresting bits are cut out. You're not there stuttering and stammering for a couple of hours figuring out what to do. You know what to do because you've played this game 5-6 times, which has been true for my last two. You've done a test run right before you started the LP. You've got pretty much everything planned out before you start, and you know how to showcase the game in the exact best way possible. And I know that's a bit excessive, and I haven't done it for every LP. I didn't do it for Red Dead. I did do a little mind map for Red Dead where I knew which quests I was doing when, and that wasn't too excessive. But for New Vegas, the amount of notes I've written on New Vegas is huge because I love that game. I love that game to my soul, and I want to make sure that I am showcasing that game in the best way possible. And I'm smiling right now because I love doing LPs. I love the fact that you can sit there and edit. I don't care if it's live com, it can still be professionally edited. It can still be every episode is quality piece of content. You don't have to push out quantity over quality with Let's Plays. You can sit there and you can edit and you can make sure you can cut around and you can do things to make sure that you're concise and you are showcasing the best of a game. And that is what I believe LPs are great for. I mean, if you look back at, and I'll say the Something Awful forums as an example of where great Let's Plays are born. But when it comes to YouTube, when it comes to something closer to home, I will point this example every day of the week, and it is Chugga Conroy. Still to this day, probably the most successful LPer on the YouTube, and the way he does LPs is admirable as all hell. I don't try to imitate his style completely, but what I will say is that his commitment to showcase every part of every game he LPs is huge, and I completely admire that. And as much as I have personally lost interest in his style the last year or so because of the way he is, I personally don't find some of his LPs enjoyable to watch anymore as I used to back in the day. I still think that the work ethic and the amount that he showcases in his games is incredible, and the quality and the amount of editing that goes into every single one of those videos, and he uploads daily is insane. And I definitely think that's admirable. I think I will point to Chugga Conroy every single time as one of the greatest Let's Players that is, in fact, probably the greatest LPer on the internet right now is that man. And I'm sure he's made a lot of money himself, and I'm sure he deserves every single penny of it, because I think he is an example to be followed in terms of LPs, and that is, he is a perfect example of what I believe of LPs being complete quality over quantity, and actually finding a balance of quality and quantity, because I think quantity is important with LPs. Keeping consistent, doing a show like that is important, but I do think quality is also important, and I aim to provide that quality as best as I can. I think that's all I really want to say on this topic of LPs, honestly. There are some other points, like the using other people's work and stuff like that, and I think it all comes down to the fact that I don't believe in day one LPs. I think with that point of showcasing other people's work and stealing money and stuff like that, I think it all comes down to the fact that if you do it on day one, you push it out, it's probably not going to be a quality LP, and it's probably going to be cashing in. And again, I don't condemn that, but I'm not going to argue in your favour when it comes down to the copyright claims. What I will argue in favour of is when I've done a game, when I've played through a game 10 to 20 times, like Fallout New Vegas, and 3 years after the game's come out, I am fully prepared mentally and physically to showcase this game, and I decide to put up what is going to probably be a 200 plus part series showcasing my favourite game of all time, every single part of it, with my commentary and my personal gameplay, my personal style, trying to get every piece of story, explain every piece of story in the game, and piece it all together. I do believe that I am making a completely new form of content than the game was originally provided, and I believe that I'm not taking away from the game. I think 3 years on, I think people who needed to play the game played the game, and if they didn't want to play the game, or if they missed the game, then I'm just showing people the game. And I'm saying, you know what, this game, you probably missed it, here it is. This game is awesome, go buy it. And if they don't buy it, then they were never going to buy it anyway. And I think the amount of effort that I put into my New Vegas LP episodes, I think that constitutes a whole new form of content, and I believe that I am entitled to every small little penny that I earn from those videos. So that is my opinion on the LP scene and everything along those lines, because I felt like making a video. I haven't made a video like this in a while, and I decided to just make a video putting all my thoughts out there. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you watched all the way through, I really appreciate it. Don't worry about thumbsing up or favoriting this video. This video is just for you guys. This video is just for you guys to know my opinions, to get further into more of a personal commentary. But I do appreciate your comments on this video still, and I would like to hear what you guys think on the topic. So go ahead and leave a comment. I read every comment and reply to any ones that need replying to. So give me a shout. I will be in touch. Also, one thing I should mention: I hit 500 subs today when I'm recording this. Yesterday when I'm uploading this. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's been 3 long, hard years of YouTube work, and especially 2013, where I put a lot of effort in. I really appreciate all the support you continue to give me, and I'm looking forward to 2014, where a new series roster will be announced in January. I'm hoping to get a lot of that pre-recorded. I'm hoping to get even better work ethic than I did last year, which is hard because I was pretty good last year. I'm hoping to get even more quality content, even more series out. Hell, I'm hoping to finish New Vegas next year, which is going to be a hell of a task, but here we go. Yeah, thank you for all your support. Aiming for 600, hell, might even get to 700 next year. Thank you guys for watching all of my videos. Please continue to stick around, and I try to serve you as best as I can. I'll see you guys next time.